Today we're bringing back a series we used to do back in the Verdansk days that you all seem to love, and this is spectating viewer submissions. If you guys would like to have your gameplay broken down here on the channel, make sure you join our Discord page and just upload a video to YouTube and submit it through that, and I will be reviewing them 2 to 3 times a week here on the channel, as well as a live stream, so make sure you guys are there for that too. Right now we landed at this area close to military base. We do have action on the mini map, so if we get our loot quickly and we decide to go push that, we can do so. Even if you're in the looting phase, even if you're not planning on pushing fights, you want to be paying attention to the mini map and seeing what's around you. Right now we have blue, looks like he's engaged. There's some action over here, no audio. Swamp Moss is hearing it, so he looks like he's working his way right back to his teammate. And no matter what, whether your teammate's getting the knock, whether he's not, because there's gunfire over here, you want to make your way to the team. You want to make your way to the team, that way you can converge on the enemy, just like Swamp Moss is. Now, because his back is to us, I would still maintain my momentum on the push. The moment we see him cross, it looks like he's running, and if Pink gets caught up, I want to go ahead and be close by. So I'd be sprinting through, be around the corner. We see him right here back to us. Looks like he's still running, and you want to maintain that momentum. You want to keep closing the gap, because this second here that we stop, he could run further away, break away, and then we lose sight of him. So you always want to try to keep your eyes on the enemy. Even though we got the down, because yellow had converged as well, you want to maintain that aggression. And the reason why you want to push with your team is not just because the enemy you're chasing, but because we don't know where his teammates are. It is very suspicious that he's here by himself. I'm assuming his team landed over here and this dude's just brain dead, but make sure if you hear action, you and your team are on top of each other. I do like the fact that instead of Swamp pushing blindly behind the enemy, he does find another route to cut him off. And here it is. Now, if you're in the enemy's perspective, and that's the beautiful thing about this series, we break down both players. If you're in the enemy's perspective and you know there's a team in here, you need to break away. There's no reason for him to wrap towards us. This is where you need to break away. And yeah, that's a wide open area and you could get shot in the back. You could, but running to the enemy is a definite death. And I feel like a lot of times enemies make plays that they do. It's because they're so afraid of dying that they'd rather just maintain the cover they have, which I can understand. You want to stay close to the building. But again, if there's a whole team in that building, you got to break away and try to play your life. Also, just notice these two teammates. I'm assuming they're teammates. The two enemy teammates were staggered. They weren't fighting at the same time. When Swamp heard his teammate in action, we instantly converged. For some reason, they had a massive gap. Whether he was walking way the hell away, whether the teammate came from a long distance, I don't know. But again, that's the beauty with landing near each other. Now, this doesn't really go for you sweats out there that are 1v4 and everybody, of course. But for anybody out there trying to learn to get better, you really want to start playing with your team. And I'm going to show you guys the difference, probably in this video, between playing as a squad and holding pockets, because holding pockets, as annoying as it is for players like me to run into, honestly, from a winning perspective, it's not really a good idea. You want to be close together to help, but you don't want to be so close together that if I zoom in with a sniper, I see all 4 of you guys. So we do have a scav right now. Not sure exactly what our mission is. We have a vehicle. I'm not a big vehicle guy myself, but if I got a long distance travel, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump in that bitch. All right, basic teamwork. Pink grabbing the vehicle and not grabbing us. What an asshole. Now, again, this is a separation we're talking about. So what if Pink drives up to this building to get the scav and there's a team somewhere there? He's going to be in a fight all by himself. We're playing the what if game, but you can damn well bet early game, there's going to be a lot of teams, a lot of places. Now, this is the beauty with having a little separation too. I do think this is too much separation, 100%, but because the enemies are focused on Pink and we have another line of sight on the enemy, we have an opportunity to knock him. Unfortunately, we don't though. All right, again, paying attention to the mini map, we've got guys over on red ping. Swamp instantly analyzing that. Now, I spectated Swamp, shoot, how long ago, Swamp? 2 years ago, and his gameplay has elevated tremendously since I first spectated him. I'm not going to be easy on him. I'm still going to be a dick, but it has elevated tremendously. So I just want to go ahead and give a little hand clap to my dude Swamp. All right, situation right here as well. I know we want to go ahead and push this fight, but we do have a teammate down. He is crawling behind the wall to blind himself from the enemy's line of sight. So I want to go ahead and get that res off. I'm all for pushing 100%. And it looks like our team isn't either. So we're kind of pushing in here by ourselves. And even though we get the win, but because it seemed to be a 2-man squad, I think we got lucky in that situation because we only got 1 knock. Then this guy. What if there were 2 more in here? We're playing a big what if game and he's still bleeding out. So while you're fighting, you want to count the enemies. And if you haven't added them all up, always assume there's another one somewhere lurking. Guys, if you're enjoying the video up to this point or learning something new, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel today. I'll be posting every day, Monday through Friday for the rest of eternity to help you guys become better players and more efficient. And also, if you want to watch some funny spectating commentary content, check out my Savage Resurgence channel, links in the description below, where we turn into a big old dick and just shit on bitches. And even though it worked out, again, there's always a better way to fight. We're all guilty of making mistakes, and that's the beauty behind battle royales. You can always adapt and learn and adjust in order to get better. Dropping our money to get our loadout. I am curious to see the loadout. Now, this video is a little old. I've been away on some health issues, family issues. And again, I apologize for the channel. I believe in consistency big time, especially posting on YouTube. All right, so at this point here, you need to pay attention to the timer. Now, there's always different situations, but loadout is going to be dropping here soon. And they do have money for a loadout. And I feel because the buys here, they're about to combine and buy. Now, this is where paying attention to the timer, knowing the times loadout drops, this is where it all really matters, because you could take this money, buy UAVs, buy self-reses, buy plates, buy plate boxes, buy whatever you guys need to get things done. Loadout coming out, beautiful. They haven't bought it yet. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Wait, did they? They don't have money. There it is, they picked it up. So I don't know if they lucked out and this just dropped at the right time or not, but regardless, this is really what you want to do. You want to wait for the freeloader to come in. If time is close and you're not being pushed, and buy other things, man. There's a lot of tools you guys. Oh, he bought one anyway. Shit. It's observation, just simple. And again, this just shows the importance of looking at the minimap. I look at the minimap every few seconds. I'm not exaggerating at all. My eyes are constantly scanning the corners of my screen. I try not to pay too much attention to my ammo unless I'm in a fight. If I'm in a fight or I'm getting out of a fight, then I'll look at it. But I always want to assume after a fight, I look down, I reload, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to scanning every few seconds, you definitely want to check this side out. And you might be wondering why I'm saying down here. I can't think with the headset on. I got to cut this a lot. But you want to pay attention to what your teammates have, because if they're not plated up and you're pushing into a fight, you want to calm to them, bro, plate up. And if they come back, I don't have any plates, boom, you can drop plates and things can be done. Paying attention to your teammates' HUD is extremely crucial. Also, fun fact, if you do accidentally buy a loadout and a loadout drops, just hold on to that loadout, wait to see where the next zone is and throw it in the next zone. That way, if y'all get wiped, at least you have a regained loadie. I'm not against having multiple loadouts at all, but if you are gonna throw it, make sure you wait to throw it in the next zone, without a doubt. All right, we have a portable UAV up. We have a ping on the minimap as well. And I was just about to address this. When you're pushing an area with a buy station, buys are usually hot. Sometimes they're not, but you always want to assume there's an enemy by the buy station, whether he pops up on the minimap or not. So let's see how they fight this. Again, Green's going in by himself. My new swamp is. The team's a little lagged behind. I love the portable throw, giving us a better idea of where the enemies are at. We have 2, and again, assume there's 4. Meaning when we go for this push, we got to be very careful because these guys are split up a good bit. Look at this distance here. What's stopping player number 3 from being over here? So this is a really ballsy push. I don't know if I like this because this guy's kind of backed off and he's scared and he's plating. This dude's more vulnerable. He's inside a building. He's not. There's a little fence right here and that little shed. We could really kind of push up, all 4 of us, and just bum rush this dude. Also using the buildings as cover to blind ourselves from anybody else that may be lurking in windows. All right, again, drill charge going out, paying attention to the minimap, especially during a fight. You want to see where they're at. This guy's obviously running more left. And again, he's basically down the street. So he's right here right now. Swamp Moss realizing it. All right, Yellow's able to go ahead and flank over to get that kill. Nobody's really helping him, which is weird because there's only 2 up here. If you do want to push both of them, just 2v2 split. I do like the fact that Swamp scans to the left just to make sure. This guy, it's hard to tell. Players usually like to jump into water. It's really a stupid play. If I was this guy, I would have played this, and I'd be playing this land right here because you're vulnerable as fuck in the water. But again, because we know where he's at, I want to go ahead and try to kill him before we really lose this dude and he ends up catching us in the back or getting his team back and they come back for vengeance. Guys, look, the new Call of Duty's coming out. I know a lot of guys are in the market for a new controller. I'm telling you right now, check out AIM controllers today. We have our own official AIM controller as well. You can use code SAVAGE at checkout for a massive savings. Link is in the description as well as the pinned comments. Now you might be asking yourself, what's the difference between this controller and the other ones? In reality, pro controllers, they're kind of the same. It's just for me, it's what actually has lasted me the longest. I've had this and that and this and that brand, and they've all lasted 3-6 months. And while no controller company is perfect, this is by far the only one that I've had no issues with. The digital buttons are amazing, as you guys can hear, the digital triggers also, and they're adaptable so you can go full throw or back to digital depending on the game you're playing. Because if you're playing Forza, you definitely don't want this. You want a little bit more like this so you can play with the throttle and the brake and kind of have a smooth transition. And again, if you want to save big bucks, use code 7 at checkout. Also, again, money. You want to know where he's at? Blue's got enough money for UAV. Blue should be heading to the buy, which it looks like he's doing. Get a UAV up. Yellow needs to be plating, and this is a situation. Pay attention to your... Don't do that. That's about the only tip I have for that dude. Don't fucking do what he just did. That was hella dumb. Okay. Yeah, yellow plated up, and we got UAV. So they ended up doing it. All right, so we have another enemy here, and it might be the same guy. He might have wrapped. Pay attention to the skin and see if it's the same guy or not. But again, this might be the same dude that made that play. It is weird he's sitting in a building. If he's on a regain, loot up, go hit the portable buy. But again, also pay attention to the portable buy. The fact that there's a UAV above us as well lets me know that there's definitely enemies here. Also, the UAV we had pinged enemies there as well. All right, good fight. And again, just that dude's sitting still, gassing me up 17. I mean, I don't know which one me to gas up, brother. The fact that your feet are made of glue and they're just stuck to the floor. If you're being pushed by a squad or you're just outnumbered in general, do not, I repeat, do not sit still. Your goal is to try to break away from the enemy as fast as possible if you have no chance on winning the fight. All right, high alert going from the right-hand side. High alert also going from the back end side also. So we need to just get the fuck out of here. Zone's gonna be coming in 6 seconds. Don't worry about this asshole. Get together and get the hell out of here. Yellow goes down. That is pink. That is unfortunate. They got caught up. Now, I'm not sure of their situation, if they didn't have smokes or what the situation was, but if you have a teammate, if your teammate is leaving you, a teammate is rotating, if he's calming it out especially, follow him instantly, because you have a better chance at 4 of you guys running through a bad spot and not dying than you do if you're just separating, because it's easier to pick 1 guy at a time than 4 guys at a time. And again, because there's enemies over here, they could be rapping on us to gatekeep us. Fuck this dude. Our teammate's dead. It is what it is. I do not want to stay focused on him. I want to get position. I'm thirsty for kills. We also have movement over here too, if you guys saw that or not. And again, even me paying attention to this, my peripheral will pick that up. Just keep your eye right here between the tree. Boom, there he is, right? So because we know there's a squad there, let's get the fuck. I don't care about these guys. They're not a big concern to me. Again, I'm worried about this team that was shooting us, rotating and gatekeeping us, because if I'm this squad here that's over here, I'm going to be rotating to hold us and shoot down the zip. On top of that too, when we do rotate in, we could just essentially hold these assholes. All you got to do is get to a building, sit there for a second, let the gas come in, and then clap their fucking cheeks. There's really no reason to sit here. Pink somehow swam across, but again, it'd be suicide to go down there and even save them. Watch what happens to blue. I don't like this one bit. Oh, yep. Oh my God, this is gulag. Oh my God, these snipers are ass. Blue may survive this. No fucking way. I'm shocked every cluster landed right on blue, but he was, again, that team I was talking about did what we said. Remember, the enemies are over here. This guy, I'm assuming, is coming from this direction. They try to gatekeep. That is unfortunate, dude. Now, yellow needs to fuck off, right? You have this team to worry about. Maybe guys here and these dudes. Fuck off. Go somewhere else. Regain. Oh, no. Brother. And you had to redeploy? Oh, yeah, you got to bleed out, bro. Hell yeah. Now, look, when you're floating away, there's no shame in looking down, seeing where the enemies are at. I want to get eyes on how many's over there. That way, I can kind of understand what I'm looking at for the rest of the game. Let's see if he pulls up his map. This is the moment you want to pull up your map and kind of see what's happening, what's going on. This is a hot spot. A lot of loot's going to be here. So make the decision if you want to come or not, but I promise you there will be enemies here. We do have money for a buy, but there is a team on this rooftop. And of course, there's a team clustering them as well. So you know 2 teams are actually here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to stay here. I don't even care about that mine. Just go. Yeah, get the hell out of here and break away. That's another thing too, is the reason why I wanted to pull up his map is to see where the circle was going and kind of judge how much time we have and if this is really sustainable. Because the amount of teams that are here, there's probably going to be a lot of teams on the buy stations. So this probably isn't the best spot. Going to buys that have been pushed out of the zone the entire game, meaning this zone came from the top left-hand corner. I can't remember the name of the city, went all the way through Power and now to Old Town. So there's gonna be a lot of teams that play the edge that are just pushing in. So hot areas, again, on the edge with buy stations, not the buy I'd want to go to. And we're engaging in a fight with no plates, basic ground loot gun. Get the fuck. You got a guy here too. Get the fuck. I would try to make an attempt to go to zip to be fucking 100% fair. There are teams there. It's ballsy, but if you're gonna fight, that's the fight I would be taking. Let's see what happens. Just because we're in a bad spot doesn't mean we're out of the game. I've won a lot of games that we shouldn't have won just by outplaying the enemy with a little bit of IQ or getting fucking lucky. Let's just be honest. But the problem we're having that I'm gonna see is one, these guys. Oh, never mind. All right, Swamp, let's watch your gulag. Let's see what's happening. Regains are some of the most exciting wins, to be fair. It's the games that we shouldn't win that are always the most fun. Holy shit. Again, last time we spectated Swamp Moss, I told him, try sidestepping a little bit more to the right, back and forth, roll your stick, and you're trying to abuse aim assist. If you're just stepping one way, it makes it real easy for the enemy to track. But if you're going left, right, up, down, left, right, it's gonna make it a lot harder for that dude to track you. And again, paying attention to what I was saying earlier, You want to land at buy stations when you're regaining that are not on the edge of the zone, because there's not going to be as many people here. We do have things coming in, of course, and it's going to be rough, but nobody's actually actively here. So we're in a good position. Also, too, to throw this out, because we got shot at already, look at our money situation. We have $5,700. We can get back one buy. There's probably $300 in here. So if you're going to put yourself in a position to get a buy off, make sure you can buy two. Oh, bitch. Remember, you can loot and run around as you're plating up. You don't have to freeze. And there's the other buy. So now these guys are going to be locked in on this buy station. They may drive away. Now look, these guys are here. You could make a play for the roof. It's dangerous as fuck, but you got to do something. I'm not sure how many people are here, but I want to get eyes on them to see what's going on, because if they're 4-man pushing us, we need to get the fuck out of here. And he's pushing in. Left side. Good catching him out. Oh, Swamp, love it. Let's go, baby. That was great. Good play. Now, the enemies did a decent job at trying to fight that. This dude just came around. We were already locked in on him, and he stood no chance. The guy on the rooftop should have reacted faster. But Swamp, that was good transition, brother. Not going for the thirst, focusing on the second player. I love to see that. All right, guys dropping in. Again, focus on that buy and plating up. If you're not actively being pushed, you need to check that bottom right-hand corner. Plate, reload, and then the left-hand corner buy. Oh, this, what the hell is happening? What the, come on, man. Schwa. No, that ain't the way. All right, now again, speed. We have money for a loadie. Get loadie. We're sitting here looting all this stuff, doing all this. Nuh-uh. $16,000. What can we get? A loadout. Now, we do have two enemies with loadout weapons. We could try to play it with ground loot, but I don't like playing that fucking game. I'd rather be getting my loadout right now. We have a smoke the buyout, buy the loadout, and then get your shit and get active with it. But here we are, man. We're gonna be running with this. Nade's coming in. Paint needs to be plating up as well. I'm not sure his situation, but again, this is where comms and teamwork come to play. Tell your boy, yell at him, plate up, bitch. Don't be a pussy. Also, I know I talked about it earlier. I am coming back to streams next Wednesday, the 26th, maybe Tuesday, depending on when I get back. We will be streaming again, so make sure you guys hang out for that. We'll be playing with Drakota and the boys, Drakota, Crayola, Pup, and the list goes on. We'll be playing with a lot of people, so make sure you guys are there for that. We'll always start the streams with the spectates, kind of get the blood loose, maybe two of them, but then we'll jump right into the action. You guys can actually see me play. And it's been 2 months since I played this game, so I'm gonna be asked. If you guys wanna make fun of me, now's your time to get back at me. Savage, you're washed. All right, now, when it comes to positioning and where to go, I was about to say it, I like the high ground. Right over here, you got the repair shop building, you got the yellow building, you got the little like tin warehouse or storage place, and then a wide open area right here. And then over here, you have this and this. I don't like this area because it's low ground. It's closest to these guys. So if people are watching, they're gonna be watching that area. I wanna push up and get the high ground. But in reality, it doesn't really matter because one of us is gonna have to rotate anyway. And if we have to rotate, which it looks like we're going to, look at the cover. And you better pray your teammates and yourself have smokes to get you across. But there are people up here. He was pinging it. And again, look how delayed Pink is. Black Pizza needs to step up his attention, step up his game. And I want to point out too, their decision was to end up getting the freeloadie, which is fine. But if that's your decision, again, we had $15,000, buy UAVs. If you're going to make a decision, that's fine. But I want to see you capitalize on the other option. He pinged up here like they're enemies. And I'm pretty sure I heard explosions. But I'm thinking they rotated to the buy, which again, it's kind of crazy because it's out of the zone. So if they're already up here, I would have stayed here. But we don't know his position. He could have been a solo going for a buyback. There's the flare. Can they get the thirst? All right, I was gonna say this is a stupid fight because, I mean, we're not gonna get the kill, but he got the kill, so good shit on that one. I'll be honest, I was wrong. But normally fights like this, I'm not gonna be worried about this. I wanna make sure no one's pushing us. Pink luckily is watching the right-hand side, and the vehicle that's been driving around the whole time is going over there. I wanna make sure these guys aren't pushing as well. And it does seem like they have snipers, so let's go ahead and bail out this fight now. We got one kill, we put them out of position. We could sit here and hold the buy station, but again, the vehicle's making its way back there, so let them fight it out. The title of this video is literally position equals W, and I want to see them capitalize on this spot. Again, paying attention to the right-hand side. Minimap goes up. This guy's in vehicle, can't kill him. I'm not worried about them. They're fighting actively right now. Now, I'm not against taking shots at the vehicle, popping its tires, destroying it, blowing it up, getting that enemy out of there. I don't think it's a 4-man. Do not worry about him. He's pulling up the minimap. Good tracking. I mean, you're missing a lot, but still smooth tracking. You gotta take the W's when you can. Drill charge, drill charge, drill charge. You got two of them. This is the moment. Then, oh! Holy shit! Yo! Swamp, look, in this situation, I love you to death, brother. You're blind as fuck. Tunnel vision at its best right here. Guy in the air. Pay attention to that minimap. Always be glancing at that minimap. You don't have to stare at it, but when you're shooting at somebody, when you're looking at somebody, just quickly, you see my eyes? Just quickly look to the side and see what's going on. It's a big red dragon on your screen, my guy. He could have splatted both of us. The dude just can't drive for fuck. And again, the 2 drill charges, we could have killed that dude. I think our back's vulnerable. That smoke does not look like it's covering us much. Woo! All right, somehow, some way, I didn't think the circle was going to favor us. It did. And the high ground has paved the way. And again, this is one of the reasons why I like the high ground. I said I thought we'd have to rotate, but the high ground's always going to be king. It happened to favor us. I didn't expect it, but still it worked out. So at this point, there's 5 teams left. They're going to kill each other off. By the time this zone closes in, assuming we don't kill anybody else, there's only going to be 2 or 3 teams left. You got a building here a team could be in. You got these guys here it could be in. And that's basically it. Anyone in the open is going to be dead. So we can really, Black, yo, Black Pizza. Come on, brother. What are you doing? You are a crazy man. Yeah, I was about to point that guy out too. I don't know what he's doing. Crouch walk in the open like that. Let's go back. So this guy, I can understand, maybe think he's a tree because he's kind of in a bush. He needs to play this ledge. There's nothing you can do. You have to play the ledge. I know you might want to get to the high ground, but look at the cover. If you don't have smokes, you're fucked. Your best bet is to play the ridge, not let us see you, and come in and try to get one of these buildings. That's it. That's your only play. It's not a team wipe either, so he's got a teammate somewhere, or he's got a flare, not sure. Now, I do not like that we're all behind this. You see Pink jump on the left-hand side to get on top of this fence. That's kind of, I want to separate a little bit. Difference between holding pockets and playing together. I don't want to be back here with all 3 of my teammates beating each other off, because if we get flanked like this, or they throw a good nade, or they throw a precision, we're kind of fucked. Now look, these lit ledges, I wouldn't mind them kind of playing it a little bit. In fact, because we killed that guy there, I want to see who's below us. We saw the ping pop up a few seconds ago too. So this is going to be a good situation for us to really get active with it. All right, good catch out. Now it's a 4v2 fight. 2 teams when the zone collapsed. That's exactly what happened, and here we are. This is going to be a wide-ass open ending. I think there's a few barricades somewhere in this zone you might be able to play, but this is really all we have. The good part is if they start shooting at us, it looks like we're in the open. If we go prone, this is a situation where we can hit prone. I don't like that Black Pizza is proning and then crawling up to get an angle, because if he's prone and he gets shot at, he can't go any more prone. I want to stay standing. I want to stay moving. All right, I like the fact that he saw this little rock and he's playing it. Probably gonna go crouch behind it. There it is. Now I'd sit here. I would not push out yet. You see these barricades? That would be a good play. We have smoke, so we can do it safely. That would be the play here soon. Once this circle comes in, we don't have a gas. Again, going back to the buy station, we could have bought all that. Little vulnerable. Now look, if you're the team in this building, you know you're outnumbered. You heard us shooting. You know exactly where we're at. You know that we're coming from over here. You technically have circle favor because it's going to pull towards you less, and we have no fucking cover, and you do. You should be peeking these doors and shooting. I don't care what guns you have. I don't care if you're outnumbered. You need to try to make a pick. Swamp is vulnerable. We have no smokes activated. He's an easy fucking kill for a 2v1. Look at his teammates. Most of the losses you have is because you're doing this exact same shit. I win games because the enemies are doing this exact same shit, when in reality, if you're just fucking looking, you can get an easy kill. If Swamp goes down, the rest of the teammates are going to be in a really bad spot. It's going to be a 3v2. They'll have the leverage, and it is what it is. He's not even looking at the zone either. This dude comes up on the roof and doesn't even scan at all. There's one knock. Again, play the barricade. We're out in the open a little too long. Good shit. Oh, you see him down there? Yeah. And that's all it is. I don't understand this mindset. I never will. I don't get it. Going back to cover. In reality, you got to play smarter. It's a 4v1 situation. But you don't want to die with a big old ego and push in the building and get fucking waxed. We've lost a lot of games doing that exact same thing. But guys, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, leave a like on it, subscribe today, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.